Everyone, welcome back to the another episode. Jungkook stepped up to the small weathered house that stood at the edge of the village. It wasn't much, just a simple one-story cottage with ivy creeping up its wall and a small porch in front. It looked like a place that had seen better days, but for them it could be a temporary refuge. He knocked on the door, and a moment later it cracked open to reveal an older woman. Her face was warm and kind. She had the kind of a smile that made Jungkook feel like just for a moment they were safe, like this would be a place where they could rest without fear. The woman greeted with a soft smile. Woman. Morning, dear. How can I help you? Jungkook hesitated for a moment. He didn't want to reveal too much, but he had no choice. Jungkook, is this house for rent? The woman nodded, her eyes scanning Jungkook before she noticed Taehyung standing slightly beside him, looking a little unsure. Woman, yes, it is. You two look like you have been traveling for a while. It's not much, but it's a safe place to rest for a few days. I am sure you will be comfortable here. Jungkook felt a wave of relief wash over him. This could work. They could rest here at least for a little while. Jungkook, we would like to rent it for as long as we can. The woman glanced softly, her voice gentle and reassuring. Woman, of course, dear, if that work for you, I will go ahead and get the key for you. Jungkook paid her in cash, grateful that the woman wasn't asking any question. He didn't know how long they would stay here. The woman handed him a small key and smiled warmly again. Jungkook nodded and gave her a small, appreciative smile before turning to Taehyung. Taehyung, still a little shy, gave the woman a quick smile and returned. Jungkook, thank you, we will take care of it. With that, they headed inside. Taehyung followed closely behind Jungkook as they stepped into the cozy interior of the house. It was small but comfortable, with simple furniture and a warm, homely feel to it. A small fireplace sat on one end of the living room, and Taehyung stood in the middle of the room for a moment, taking in all. It wasn't mansion or luxurious home, but it was peaceful, exactly what they needed. Taehyung, this place is nice. Jungkook smiled softly, locking the door behind them. He walked further. Looked at him, his expression a little more relaxed than it had been for days. Then better now that we are here. Thank you for bringing me here. Jungkook Taehyung leaned in onto him, resting his head on Jungkook's shoulder. Taehyung, do you think we will be okay here? I mean, they might still find us, right? Jungkook squeezed his hand, looking into his eyes with a determined expression. Jungkook, we will be okay. We will stay low, keep our heads down. We will make sure no one finds out. Taehyung nodded slowly, still looking unsure but trusting Jungkook's words. Jungkook smiled softly, pulling Taehyung closer into his embrace. They were safe for now. That was all that mattered. The outside world could wait. They just needed to find their peace. As the night began to fall, they settled in, and the quiet of the house wrapped around them like a blanket. Morning, Jungkook stood awake, his eyes immediately falling on Taehyung, who was still snuggled under the blanket, his chest rising and falling with each peaceful breath. Jungkook smiled softly, watching Taehyung for a moment carefully. Jungkook slipped out of the bed bed, making sure not to disturb them. He stretches his arm and runs a hand through his hair before heading to the door. A small kitchen. The house didn't have much, but Jungkook had brought a few initials the day before. Today he wanted to make sure something special, something Taehyung loved. Jungkook rummaged through the small cupboards, pulling out the ingredients he would manage to gather. As he started preparing the meal, his mind wandered to memories of things earlier during his favorite dishes, his eyes lighting up with delight. A faint smile tugged at Jungkook's lips as he walked, reminded to see that expression again. The kitchen filled with soft chatter of installs and the aroma of freshly cooked food. Jungkook moved with quiet precision, his mind focused on the task at hand. He didn't want them to wake up before everything was ready, but the time Jungkook finished cooking, he had managed to prepare a simple but hearty breakfast fully. He even managed to grab some tea and warm, comforting accent wafting through the air. Jungkook placed everything on the small dining table, arranging it carefully. It wasn't much, but he hoped it would bring a smile to Taehyung's face. Finally, he returned to the bathroom. He stepped soft as he approached the bed. Taehyung was still curled up, snuggling under the blanket. His face half brushed in the pillow. Jungkook's heart swelled with affection as he knelt beside him, gently brushing a strand of hair from Taehyung's forehead. Jungkook whispering softly, "Jungkook, wake up, baby bear. I made you something special." Taehyung stirred slightly. Jungkook, come on, Taehyung. You need to eat. I made you favorite. At the mention of food, Taehyung's eyes fluttered open. Still heavy with sleep, he blinked a few times, his gaze focusing on Jungkook's face before a sleepy smile spread across his lips. Taehyung, you cooked for me? Jungkook, of course. You haven't eaten properly in days. I couldn't let you go any longer without a proper meal. Taehyung yawned and stretched, his body still wrapped in the blanket. As he looked at the food, Jungkook with the soft, grateful expression, "Taehyung, you are too good to me." Jungkook clenched, standing up and holding out his hand. Taehyung took his hand, letting Jungkook lead him to the table. When Taehyung saw the breakfast Jungkook had prepared, his eyes lit up just as Jungkook had hoped. "Taehyung, this look amazing. I can't believe you did this all." Jungkook shrugged. "Jungkook, anything for you?" They sat down together. Taehyung immediately dug into the food, his enthusiasm bringing a sense of warmth and normalcy to the room. Jungkook watched him, eating, his heart feeling lighter than it had in days. Taehyung stepped out of the bathroom, the stream trailing behind him. As he dried his hair with a towel, his relaxed expression froze instantly when he noticed a man leaning casually against the bedroom doorframe. The stranger looked to be about Jungkook's age, his posture exhausted, confidence and a hint of arrogance, his sharp eyes scanning Taehyung with a sly smile. Taehyung's heart skipped a beat. He tightened the towel around his shoulder, his mind racing. How did the man get in? Who was he? The way the man looked at him made Taehyung feel exposed, as if he was being stood too closely. Taehyung took a step back. He could feel his pulse quickening, panic threatening to take over. Without another word, he turned and bolted out of the room, his bare feet tugging against the wooden floor as he ran across Jungkook. Jungkook, the cold air hit him as he stumbled onto the porch, his eyes starting around frantically until he spotted Jungkook standing near the edge of the property, scanning the surroundings. Taehyung's heart, Taehyung, Jungkook hearing Taehyung's frantic voice. Jungkook immediately turned and his face hardening with concern. He quickly closed the distance between them, grabbing Taehyung's shoulder. Jungkook, what happened? Are you okay? Before Taehyung could explain, the man appeared in the doorway. His smoke is still firm in place. He walked out, hands in pockets, looking completely at Easy. Man, oh, Easy there. No need to panic. Jungkook instantly stepped in front of him, shielding him as his sharp eyes locked onto the stranger. Jungkook, who are you? And what are you doing here? The man raised his hands in gesture of surrender, clenching lightly. Man, relax. I'm not some intruder. I'm the landlord's son. My mom told me we had no. Jungkook didn't relax. He protected his stand, unbearing. His voice was cold and firm. Jungkook, you should have knocked instead of sneaking into the house. The man shrugged nonchalantly, his grin unflattering. Man, didn't mean to scare anyone. The door was open, and I figured I would just introduce myself. He shifted his gaze to Taehyung, who peeked out from behind. Jungkook, still worried? Man, so you must be Taehyung. My mom wasn't kidding. You are pretty cute. Taehyung flushed, stepping closer to Jungkook, his fingers clenching Jungkook's sleeve for reassurance. Jungkook's jaw tightened. Jungkook, if you introduce yourself, you can leave now. The man raised an eyebrow in Jungkook's soft tone, but didn't seem offended. The man, alright, no need to get so worked up. I will be leaving you two lovebirds alone. With a wink at Taehyung, he turned and strode away, disappearing into the night. Once the man was gone, Jungkook let out a quick sigh, his tense posture relaxed slightly. He turned to Taehyung, his hands gently cupping Taehyung's face. Jungkook, are you okay? Did he do or say anything to you? Jungkook stepped out of the bathroom, droplets of water trailing down his torn chest as he adjusted the towel around his waist. His damp hair clung to his forehead, his sharp eyes softening when he saw Taehyung sitting on the bed, staring at him intensely. Taehyung didn't even try to hide his gaze, lingered on Jungkook, taking in every detail of him. Slowly, Taehyung got up from the bed, walked towards him. When Taehyung reached Jungkook, he stopped just inches away, his hand hesitating before lightly touching the faint bruises that still met Jungkook's chest. His fingers trembled as they moved across Jungkook's skin. He touched the touch filled with tenderness. Taehyung, you have been through so much because of me. Jungkook catched Taehyung's hand, holding it firmly yet gently against his chest. Jungkook, and I would do it again if it meant keeping you safe. Their eyes met, and in that moment, words wasn't needed. They both felt it, the need for each other, the comfort, the reassurance, the only the other could provide. Taehyung stepped closer, his other hand resting on Jungkook's waist, the warmth of his arm seeping through the damp towel. Jungkook breathing inches. He reached off quivering as Taehyung leaned in. Their faces were inches apart. Taehyung, Jungkook, I need you. Jungkook up Taehyung's face, his thumb brushing against his cheek as his heart pounded in chest. Jungkook, are you sure? Taehyung, yes. Jungkook, please. Jungkook control finally broke at those words. He pulled them closer, their lips meeting in deep, passionate kiss that carried all the longing, fear, and love had held back. Taehyung's hands slid up Jungkook's chest to his hair, his fingers tingling in Jungkook's damp hair as their bodies pressed together. Jungkook carefully guided them back towards the bed, never breaking the kiss. He laid them down gently, then smiled up at him, his eyes shining with trust and love. Every emotion was filled with care, tenderness. His lips dragged softly, lingering kisses along Taehyung's body. Each touch was gentle as if they were made of glass. Jungkook's hands roamed carefully as if soaring every inch of them, ensuring that every inch, every chaos was filled with love and reassurance. Taehyung's breath quickened under Jungkook's soft touches. His hands crawled into Jungkook's as their fingers intertwined. Each work, each gentle movement carried the weight of their emotion. How much Jungkook craved this moment, how much he loved them, and how deeply he needed to show them that this was real and they were finally together, and nothing could tear them apart. Taehyung's eyes fluttered closely, his chest racing as with every kiss, every moment he trusted Jungkook completely, his body responding instantly to the warmth of Jungkook's touch, the love that flowed through every tender walk. Jungkook's lips never left them. The love that flowed through each tender walk. Jungkook's lips never left Taehyung's skin for long. And when they finally relaxed together again, there was only the two of them wrapped in the heel of their love, the quiet comfort and knowing they were finally where they were meant to be. After they shared moment of intimacy, Jungkook gently cleaned Taehyung and his hand tender and careful, treating him with the utmost care. Taehyung lies still, his eyes half lidded and exhausted and contentment, watching Jungkook with a soft smile. Jungkook returning to the bed, light beside him, pulling Taehyung. Mad pressing a gentle kiss to Taehyung's forehead. Taehyung nestled closer, his head resting on Jungkook's chest, the steady rhythm of Jungkook's heartbeat soothing him. Taehyung, I know. Jungkook tightened his hold, his figure brushing through Taehyung's hair as he continued the murmurs soft words of reassurance and love. Jungkook, you are my light. Taehyung, I will never let anyone or anything take you away from me. Taehyung's lips cooled into a small, sleepy smile as he whispered back, Taehyung, and you are my strength, and as long as I am with you, I am not afraid. Taehyung hummed softly to himself as he moved around the small kitchen, trying his best to whip up something simple for breakfast. Suddenly, he felt arm wrap around him from behind. Assuming it was Jungkook, Taehyung smiled faintly. Taehyung, you're up already? Couldn't resist me, huh? But when no familiar warmth or voice responded, a cold shiver ran down his spine. Taehyung froze as his grip on him tightened. He turned his head slightly and his eyes widened in terror when he saw the face of the landlord's son, a smirk on his lips. Taehyung, let me go, he said, his voice trembling. The man leaned closer, ignoring Taehyung's plead. Man, don't be like that. You are too sweet to resist, he murmured, leaning in as if to kiss him. Taehyung struggled, his hands pushing against the man's chest, but his strength was no match. Taehyung, Jungkook, Jungkook, he screamed, panic filling his voice. The sound of Taehyung's cry jolted Jungkook up. He was out of the bed in an instant, his protective instincts flaring. When he reached the kitchen, he saw the man trying to force himself on Taehyung. Rage consumed him. Jungkook, get your hands off of him, he roared, storming forward. The man barely had time to turn before Jungkook yanked him away from Taehyung and threw him against the wall with a force that made the room tremble. Taehyung stumbled back, his breathing ragged as he clung to the counter. Jungkook dared to touch him. His voice was cold, deadly. The man raised his hands in mock surrender, a smirk grin still on his face. Man, relax. I was just playing around. Didn't think he would be so delicate. Jungkook's control snapped. He launched at the man, his fist connecting with his jaw in a powerful punch that sent the man sprawling to the floor. Jungkook's anger fled as he grabbed the man's collar, slamming him against the wall. His clutches turned white, and with the force he has gripped, the eyes bored into the man's smug face. Jungkook, you burst out. Jungkook rolled, his voice low and threatening. The man seamlessly ended smirk and smushed as if it was nothing. Man, well, can you blame me? He smells so sweet, like someone who just got freaked. How could I resist? The words were a dagger to Jungkook's composure, and his wrist snapped. Without a second thought, Jungkook threw a punch that landed square on the man's face. The force knocked him. Jungkook's rage consumed him completely as the man continued to taunt him, his shameless smirk only adding fuel to fire. Jungkook's fists were a blur of motion as he clubbed the man, each punch harder than the last. He couldn't hold back. Man, come on, share him with me. I will pay for it. He is so sweet to be just yours. The man taunted him, word dripping with. At that moment, Jungkook snapped completely. He grabbed the man by his collar, dragging him outside, slamming him on the ground. He was beyond words, beyond resistance. Jungkook's punches were merciless, each hit on an outlet from his fur. The man's smirk fluttered as blood dripped from his lips. It wasn't until the man was lying motionlessly on the ground and Jungkook's body finally stopped shaking with fear. His breathing was ragged, his glances burst, his body the bloody and blooded, but the heat of his anger had yet to fully dis. Suddenly a voice interrupted him. To be continued. So everyone, what is gonna happen next? To know in the next episode, but I'm gonna warn you all that the next episode is going to be a tough one and you all are gonna maybe cry, so get ready for that. Bye bye, love you, bye.